Hey, what's going on, guys? It's HawksNest here, back with another Call of Duty mobile video. Now, first off, I want to apologize if I do look a little groggy or anything. I just woke up. I was actually up all night last night looking at exactly what we're going to be looking at in this video, essentially. But before we get into that, make sure to drop a like and a sub down below if you guys do ever enjoy this video. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you guys might have seen by now, but there is a new crate inside of the game. It is called the Heatwave Crate, and it contains the ASM10 heat stroke, the DLQ heat stroke, the PDW heat stroke, the knife heat stroke, and then a couple other skins that we won't be talking about as much because they're lower rarity and just don't matter as much. But anyway, 3 different YouTubers that I actually know and I'm friends with actually opened this crate, and that includes Noah from YouTube, D-Gamer Hitman, and obviously iFerg, and all of them had extremely bad luck or good luck. You guys will see what I'm talking about very soon, and we're basically going to break down why that was and kind of have a discussion about why it's the way that it is and whether or not, like, we'll just talk about it a little bit more. So essentially what I did is I went through all their streams or videos or whatever, and I tallied up all of the crates that they opened. So we have the exact amount of crates all 3 people opened combined, and then we'll be able to see the results out of those crates. So we'll be able to see how many ASM10s they got, how many DLQs they got, how many PDWs they got, and how many knives they got. Now, the reason that we're actually doing this is because inside of the game, it says that the probability for the knife, DLQ, PDW, and ASM10 are all at 1%. Now, probability-wise, this means roughly every 100 crates, you would get 1 of each of those weapons. And that also means if you opened up 1,000 crates, which we were pretty close to with all 3 people combined, that means you'd get 10 of each. And that's just if we're following the probability. Obviously, it could be less or more, but the more crates you open, the closer you'll actually get to this probability becoming true. And the total amount of crates that we actually had opened between Ferg, Hitman, and Noah was 841 crates. And 841 crates, if the odds are accurate, would definitely result in something that looks very similar to what the odds are listed inside of the game. And I actually found something that was pretty mind-blowing, and I want to tell you guys what it is. I'll get more into that very soon. Let's go ahead and break down the numbers, though. So in terms of the total, as I said, there was 841 crates opened up total. The amount of knives that were opened was 18. The amount of PDWs was 7. The amount of DLQs was 6. And the amount of ASM10s was 2. So if we break down the probabilities, then that was a probability of 2.14% for the knife, 0.83% for the PDW, 0.71% for the DLQ, and 0.24% for the ASM10. Now, this might be really confusing, and it confused me at first as well, but then I kind of realized something and I pieced something together, and it kind of all clicked for what it seems like happened and why it's this way. And that is, if we combine all of these probabilities, if we combine all of the ASM10, PDW, DLQ, and knife probabilities, we get a probability of 3.92%. Now, that might seem like a random number to you, but if you think about it, the probability listed in the game for the knife, the DLQ, PDW, and ASM10 was all 1%. So 1, 1, 1, 1, which means the combined probability that you'll get those guns is going to be 4%. So the practical probability was almost identical to 4%. It was 3.92%, which is basically 4%. So if you guys remember the very first lucky draw was the, what was it? It was the Halloween one. I think it was called like the pumpkin draw or something, but it was the Halloween lucky draw. And the way they actually structured this lucky draw that everyone complained about and everyone basically agreed it was like a scam, the way they structured it was they said it was like an epic skin has like a 5% chance of being pulled. And everyone was like, oh, 5% chance? That's kind of high. And what it actually meant was you had a 5% chance to pull an epic skin, but each epic skin within it was a part of that 5%. So once again, it was like 5. I don't think it was actually 5%. It might have been higher, but the number that they said, it wasn't each epic skin had that probability. That was the chance that you had to get one of those skins. So I don't know how this happened because it clearly states in the game that each epic skin or each epic weapon skin is a 1% chance, which means that you should have an equal chance to get all of these weapons. But as we saw, it resulted in 18 knives as opposed to 2 ASM10s. That just doesn't happen with equal probabilities. Like, the chance of that happening is ridiculously low. I'm talking in the like 0.00000%. Like, it just won't happen. I'm sorry. The only way that actually happens is if the odds are not actually 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. And once again, I'm almost positive because we did see that the added up percentage was basically 4% between the 4, but the way that it was split up was not the way that the game stated. The ASM10 had a low probability and the knife had a high probability. I'm damn near positive the mistake that they made, or I don't know if it was purposeful, I don't know if it was a mistake, I don't know how they set it up in the game code, but what happened was that the guns were combined to be 4%, and then they displayed it as 1% each. In reality, it was shifted. So I don't know. What I kind of suspect happened, and I don't guarantee this by any means, but what I suspect is that the developers decided to, the way they coded it was, and when I say developers, I'm talking about the people that actually make the game, the people that type in the code. The way they made it was to do what I said, where it was 4% but split up into 4 different ones. And I don't know if they just told Activision, which is the publisher of the game, they're like, okay, for these 4 guns it'll be a 4% probability, and Activision was like, okay, 4 guns, 4%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. I don't know if it was a miscommunication. I don't know if it was purposeful. I have no idea. Obviously I love COD Mobile, and I think they've been doing really good things lately with bringing out bundles and just doing good monetization practices. So I don't believe this was purposeful, but it definitely could have been. So I just wanted to make this quick video to let you guys know what was up with that crate, because it confused the hell out of me. I was like, how can you possibly get a 1% even odds between 4 different guns and get one gun 18 times and another gun twice? And another thing to mention too is both Ferg and Noah actually stopped as soon as they got the ASM10, which means if they opened up more crates, they more than likely wouldn't have got the ASM10. So the probability for the ASM10 would go down. So the ASM10 actually got kind of a buff to its percentage, because once again, they stopped on the ASM10. So there was no more crates to be opened after that. But obviously, if they continued to open crates, more than likely wouldn't have got the ASM10, and the percentage for the ASM10 would have went down even more. So the way that they actually opened it actually gave a little bit of a boost to the ASM10 once again. So like the knife probability probably would have went up, the ASM10 would have went down, and it all would have leveled out to be 4% more than likely. Again, this is slightly skewed because they stopped as soon as they got the ASM10. All right, so I want to throw this in before I actually export the video. I just finished the video and I had a little thing in my head. I was like, yo, what about the Garena version? So I was right. And I don't know how this happened, but here's the Garena version of the game, which is the Southeast Asian version of the game. If we go ahead and look at the exact same crate and press the button that tells us the odds, boom. Here we go. It has this. Now it does say 14%, and that's because it's epic purple. So that means they're also including these 2 guys right here, which I more than likely means it's like 5% each. So it'd be 4% between these and then 5% between these. But yeah, so as you can tell, it's exactly like I said. It's epic, has a certain percentage, and then it's the same thing. And I think what happened here is maybe Garena didn't get the backlash like the normal version did, or the global version did, with the first lucky draw. And so in the first lucky draw, they removed it and just added the actual odds, but clearly they didn't put the actual odds. But as you can tell, Garena still has it this way. So that should kind of clear it up a little bit. I just wanted to throw this in at the end of the video because I just found this out. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Hopefully now you guys know the probabilities for this crate. If you actually want to go for it, you can be a little bit more accurate. If you want to get the knife, go ahead and open the crate. You're more than likely going to get it pretty soon. If you want to go for the ASM10, unless you got like $1,000 to spend, basically, I don't recommend it. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. With that being said, I will see you guys later. Peace.